Thank you to our sponsor, Every Plate, for sponsoring this episode.
Yay Networks.
You should be a role model for women and show them that men don't have to be perfect for a woman to love him.
Hannah, your response? And we are back
Yes, we are.
in yet another location.
Well, it's the same general place, different room.
We're just moving around our LA place, trying to find the right room to become our podcast area. It's actually not wise because our neighbor's doing construction and you can hear it in just about every room except for this one, maybe.
This one's the furthest away we could get, so we'll see. But the walls are very thin here. I don't think this house is very well built.
No, it was made out of like popsicle sticks
Cardboard.
and cardboard.
Yeah.
I've seen some paper mache around. But you know what? That was a price you can't beat.
Yep.
So,
Good enough.
as long as it doesn't rain.
Yep.
So what do we have for today's episode of Junkyard Mayhem?
Well, first we have a funny story, I guess, that you found
Two
online.
funny stories.
Well, one is yours.
One I found, one is mine, and is humiliating.
But Shane read this online, this story that someone told, and has been telling it to everyone that we see.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
It is really funny. Everyone enjoys it, so he's gonna tell it here.
Even now, I'm laughing thinking about it. Okay.
And then you're gonna give your own embarrassing story to kind of follow that up.
Yeah, which is arguably even worse.
Yes, it is much worse.
Yeah. Then in segment 2, we have mailbag.
Ooh.
We need like a fun name for mailbag, but maybe to be
Well, we used to do
determined.
Monday Grubbag. It could just be Grubbag.
It ain't Monday.
No, but it could be Grubbag.
Grubbag. We're going to do Grubbag. We have some questions that you have submitted in various ways, and we're going to answer them. And then we're going to play
Is it an Am I the A-hole again?
Am I the A-hole?
Ah.
I said that, I pitched that up to you
Yeah,
to like knock it out of the park.
but I hadn't really...
But it turns out you don't know what the podcast is today.
That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
We're playing Am I the A-hole?
All right.
People have been loving it, so we're going to keep going with it.
Yeah.
Ready for the funny story?
Yes, we're ready, Shane.
Hannah's heard this a few times.
Yes, I certainly have.
So this was submitted by someone in a forum about embarrassing stories, and they said they were on a cruise in a location where he did not speak the language that most of the staff on the boat were speaking. I think it was like Swedish. I can't remember exactly. And on this cruise, this man went poop, as one does, in his room, and he went to flush it. It was a large poop,
Oh my God.
he mentioned.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
And when he flushed, it did not go down. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know, Hannah, maybe you better than most people,
Shane.
that the toilets are like a little bit different.
I found the toilets to be just fine. Very accommodating.
They
I've
made-
never had a problem.
They make noises like they're gonna
Yeah.
suck your
Well,
intestines
they're like
out.
airplane bathrooms where they're really loud. But other than that,
So this man flushes the poop, and it does not go down. So he flushes again and again, and it's just stuck. What do you do? He needs to find someone to help, some staff member, because he doesn't have a plunger and doesn't know how to fix a clogged cruise toilet. So he goes out into the hallway, but realizes like he cannot adequately communicate with the staff to be like, here's the problem I have.
yeah.
So he flies down one of the housekeepers and just gestures for the woman to follow him into the room.
Mm-hmm.
He brings her in to the bathroom, which I can only imagine smelled,
For her.
and he just points at the...
Doesn't he know the word for watch?
Uh-huh.
Like look?
Yeah,
Whatever.
he knows the word for look
Yeah.
somehow. So he points at the toilet, says look, and then flushes, and the poop goes right down.
then he can't even explain to her that it was clogged. He just had to be like, oh, no, it was supposed to stay.
From that woman's perspective, oh my God, a passenger brings you into the room and says, look at my toilet flushing.
That's really funny.
That's my favorite story.
Before we get into your story, our dog is
It's
whining
growling. I hope you can hear it.
almost constantly. Hey, Chloe, go to sleep. She's laying completely down, like as if she's asleep, but she's growling nonstop to try to get someone to pet her. And their tail keeps flapping.
This is very junkyard mayhem of you, Chloe.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not nice.
Let me explain my really embarrassing story. This happened while we were at the White House, and I thought after it happened and the days that followed that I would never speak of it again.
I thought so too. I thought we had kind of agreed that we were not going to speak of it.
I've decided that I need to come clean. So in case you missed it, we were invited to the White House a few weeks ago for an event celebrating the anniversaries of some disability legislation. It was a really cool time.
Yeah.
We were in line to meet the President of the United States as he is coming down the aisle, and we are going to get to talk to him, it seems. And I am freaking out. Like, this is my moment.
You never get nervous about stuff like that.
No, but it felt like, this is a big,
Yeah.
important person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to screw it up. I want to be, like, composed. And
So you decided to
I wanted to inject a
go
little
with humor.
humor into the. No, I can't even. I wasn't even thinking about it in that way.
Yeah.
Let me just explain what happened.
It's awful. Just to give you a...
The president arrives at our spot
Mm-hmm.
and he begins to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, okay, I've got this in a bag. I know exactly where I'm from. Oh, I'm from a little bit north of Philadelphia, near Allentown, I say. Nailed it. Absolutely.
Nailed it. And he knows where that is.
Killing the interaction
Yeah.
because the president replies, "Oh, just short of heaven, Scranton, PA." My brain is working 1,000 miles a minute. All right, I didn't know this, but you must be from Scranton. So I give him
I don't think he's from...
I don't
think
know.
that's from like a movie or something.
Maybe it is, but Scranton to me is not heaven. So I was like, well, I kind of give him the laugh that he was looking for. And
Yeah,
now
you nailed it.
I'm beginning to feel like, okay, me and the prez are being silly.
You should,
Okay?
No,
We're becoming.
rein it in, Shane. Rein it in. Exactly what I told you before we went.
The next thing he says is, I married a woman from Philadelphia. To this, my brain melts down. And I
So
say to
what
him,
Shane should have said was like,
"Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like Philly people are great.
Cool."
Like nailed it. I'm just as awesome as your Philadelphia wife."
Instead, my brain went with, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that." But
So your decision was to insult the First Lady of the United States as if she's a bad person to marry.
in my mind,
And of course, the president can't just be like, "Yeah, thanks."
he should have let it go. He should have just laughed and moved
Well,
on.
no, because what if we had a video of that? Like the president can't just be like, "Yeah, thanks for the apology about my wife."
Instead, he says, "Oh no, she's very loyal."
Yeah, like Philadelphia people are loyal.
And that was the
the
moment. That was his last words to me, and that
Well, he
was
said like, "Nice to meet you," and he moved on.
that was really the moment where it set in what I had just said. In my mind, I was saying like kind of a joke of, "Oh yeah, like people from Philly like me, we all suck." Ha ha ha. Like there's a cultural joke about people from Philly being like rough and hard to get along with, whatever. That's a thing, and I tried to capitalize on that.
But
Not the situation.
no,
No.
not at all.
Mm-mm.
Not at
And it all
all.
happened so fast.
And you didn't realize it. You didn't realize it right away at all. I kind of gave you a little talking to in the hotel room after. I was like, remember when you said that? Like, that's kind of funny that you chose your one talk with the president to insult his wife. And you were like, no, I didn't. And then you like replayed it and you were like, huh.
I knew in the moment that I flubbed it, but it didn't really hit me until later.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, wow, you did not take my joke as a joke.
No.
He thought I was actually saying like, wow, I'm sorry that your wife is from Philly. That's terrible.
No, I mean, he definitely knew what you meant and it's fine. It's just, he couldn't just be like, yeah.
I was nervous.
Yeah, you were nervous.
I was nervous. It was the president.
And he's already forgotten it. Don't worry. He talked to 500 people that day.
I just wanted him to like me. I wanted him to like guffaw.
Oh.
And he didn't guffaw.
No, he didn't guffaw.
So
that's okay.
That was my version of pointing at the toilet and saying, watch, and then flushing my poop down.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same. All right, should we move on? Take a little break
Let's
and then
take
do our
a break.
grub bag.
And then we will be back with Grubbag.
Oh boy. For the last few weeks in LA, we have been unpacking so many things, building furniture.
This house is nothing but boxes.
Yes, we've been very busy, and having every plate delivered meals has been such a help.
It makes life so much easier.
Every plate has 26 tasty and affordable recipes that change every week, so it's easy to find something flavorful and satisfying for every meal of the day. And they have up to 22 convenient sides, lunches, snacks, and desserts that you can add to your order.
So while Hannah unpacks boxes, I peruse the menus.
They're also a sustainable choice. Every plate offsets 100% of their delivery emissions, and their meals have a 31% lower carbon footprint on average than supermarket meals of the same portion. Plus, nearly all packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas of the US. Every plate also has their new family-sized options that are perfect for slow cookers and casserole dishes. They're called the Big Batch Fave, so you can cook once, but then eat it twice.
We need to get a slow cooker out here.
I know, Shane. And Every Plate's lower price point is really what sets them apart from other meal kits. So get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49junkyardpod. Again, get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49junkyardpod. All right, we're back and it is time for mailbag.
I compiled these questions, so Hannah hasn't seen them yet.
No, I haven't.
These are all questions that we've received in like the last 2 days.
All right. I'm more curious if it was love at first sight or did you meet years before?
Was it love at first sight?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't years. We said I love you 2 weeks in.
Oh boy.
So I would say it was love at first. We met online, so it's kind of hard to say. But yes, it was not a long friendship that kind of turned into something. It was very quick.
No, yeah, we haven't known each other before we met.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously. When we fell in love, we hadn't known each other for years.
Yes.
But it is interesting that you saw that video about me. I read your email, then we FaceTimed, and that was fast to love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that way, it was kind of love at first sight. We
Yeah.
were like, oh, wow.
Yeah, we were smitten very, very quickly upon our first FaceTime.
But our literal first interactions where you saw my video.
Yes.
And emailed me, and then where I emailed back.
Yeah.
We were not in love at that point. We weren't like, oh, this is love.
Yeah,
we were just I need to know this person.
Exactly.
Aw.
Okay. Oh, you picked a mean one. I get it. She must be a very special lady, but does she not have basic human desire? You're not even a basic you're not even.
Nope, it was a question. Mm-hmm. It was written with a question mark at the end.
It's actually 2 question marks at the end.
Do you have basic human desire? Yes or no is all you have to say. Yes. Is that a yes?
Yeah, that's a yes.
Don't be vague about it. They'll eat you up for that. Do you have basic human desire?
Yes, but this is the phrasing of this is extremely disturbing to me. Extremely disturbing. I do not like the phrase basic human desire. No. I find that to be uncomfortable.
It's super creepy.
Very, very creepy and predatory.
It makes me think that you're like a prowler.
I know. It's reminding me of Jurassic Park for some reason. I don't know why.
Dinosaurs have so much
human desire. There's just something weird about that.
Basic human desire.
Okay. Oh, you picked a sentence. Shane, you're super cute and love your sense of humor.
Thank you.
Is that just to build you back up after the last one?
That one's not a question, but I needed it after being told that I cannot satisfy a basic human desire. I am that unlovable, that much of a cretin. Is cretin offensive?
I don't know.
I don't know. Editor, if that's an offensive word, don't put it in.
Well,
if it is not, then leave all of this.
Okay. Where can I pre-order your book?
Thank you for asking.
That's nice.
People are gonna think I just put that one in there. I didn't.
Wow.
A couple of people asked that.
That's very nice.
Hannah, do you know?
Well, it's not available for pre-order yet.
It's not available yet.
Yeah, we will definitely let you know when it's available for pre-order. It'll be months because it has to be edited. It has to be like put together and bound.
There's only going to be one copy. We're hand binding it.
We have to get the cover done. There's a lot of steps before it's going to be for sale. So,
but when it is on pre-order,
yeah,
it'll be available everywhere that books are sold.
Yeah,
so it will be easy to find.
Yes. Another sentence. You should be a role model for women and show them that men don't have to be perfect for a woman to love him.
Hannah, your response?
I think that is a positive sentiment. A little bit offensive to you.
Very offensive to me.
That you're not nobody's perfect though. Nobody's perfect.
No, but they're juxtaposing perfection with me. They're saying
they put perfect in all caps.
You know, some men are perfect, but they don't need to be lovable, as evidenced by your extremely imperfect husband.
Yeah, and you should it's just so funny because you have an equally difficult time with me. Like the idea that I am easier to be in a relationship
I should be the role model.
But nobody says to you that you should be a role model for men, that women don't have to be perfect to love them. Like that is mean.
I'm going to write a self-help book and it's going to be called Imperfect Partner.
How to love this woman.
How to love a hard nar.
How I live through my marriage. Oh, Lord. Okay. I don't want to be rude, but why does he have to sit in a car seat? Like on planes?
Oh, this was on the video about how I fly. And I fly in a child's car seat.
Because, wheelchairs are not available on airplanes. If Shane could stay in his wheelchair, no problem.
As you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but I am wearing straps that hold me upright. I have specialized seating that's shaped to my body perfectly.
Yeah.
That holds me up. I can't sit without all this stuff. So you can't just lift me out of it and plop me into an airline chair and expect that I'll be live in 3 hours.
No, Shane cannot sit in an airline seat. So
we should try that just to film it. Just to make a big stint.
Do a flight that way?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm afraid you would actually get injured.
I would get injured. When we landed, I would be bisected by the seatbelt. My head would hit the thing in front of me.
It would just be difficult for me because I'd have to hold you up the whole time.
I should sit in your lap the whole time.
Yeah, but that would be, my arms would give out.
I would just sloth back on you.
Okay.
It would be fine.
All right, last one. Have you ever thought of walking away from social media for a few months and just living your lives to see how that feels? That feels kind of backhanded. No.
I put it only because from the thumbnail of the person, I ascertained that they weren't being mean.
Oh.
It just seemed like someone was asking.
We know how it feels because Shane and I were together for 2 years before I even had an Instagram account. Before we ever posted anything together.
Uh-huh. Those were the glory days.
We're very when I didn't have an Instagram?
No, just when we didn't really use social media a whole lot.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't think our life was I don't think it was the glory days. It feels the same to me.
Only there was less stress about what to post,
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It feels the same to me.
It's our job and we enjoy it most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's not
we like editing videos. We posting a picture doesn't take that much out of our lives. Yeah. So I don't think. And
here and there when we are really busy, we'll take some a week or two off of posting.
Yeah.
And that is fine. But we don't we're not
Yeah, I think I posted 2 Instagram photos in the last 6 months. I really need to step it up.
Yeah, you're a bad influencer. Bad.
Bad at my job. Okay. Should we take a break and then do our Am I the A-hole?
Yes. Okay, bye.
All right, we're back. Here is the Am I the A-hole? If you have not listened to us do one of these before, this is a post that someone put on the Reddit subreddit, Am I the A-hole, where they are asking for people to give them their opinion on who is the a-hole in this story.
Yes.
It can be the person writing, it can be the subject of it, it can be everybody. We'll see. All right, here's the post. My son burps a lot while eating. I have tried telling him multiple times that is rude. I've told him to slow down so he doesn't swallow air with his food.
This is me.
I've told him that it is disgusting. My wife will instantly jump in to defend him. She will say that's just the way he is and that it's not his fault. The thing is, he can control himself when I remind him. He just chooses not to. He just went on a date with his girlfriend last night and she tore him a new a-hole. It was his first time meeting her parents since they live in another city. They went out to a fancy restaurant and he burped all the way through supper. He came home almost in tears from her chewing him out for behaving like a jackass in front of her family. I heard him telling my wife about it and I laughed. She asked what was so funny and I reminded them both that I had tried dozens, if not hundreds of times to teach him table manners and he rejected them and she protected him. I said that now he is a grown man and that he had to learn the hard way. They both think she overreacted and that I'm the a-hole for being amused by his experience. Is this a joke?
I don't know. It was the number one thing on Reddit. So
Did anybody think that the son was not the a-hole in this?
it's just the dad, the posted
Did
dad.
anybody think that the dad is the a-hole?
Is the a-hole?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Most people said not the a-hole.
In what world would anybody be like, yeah, you're the a-hole, your poor son burping? Like, what? I'm sorry, you don't have, like, if you have to burp, if there is a physical, disability that is causing your need to burp 1,000 times throughout dinner.
I should clarify, in the comments, the dad answered a few more questions.
Yeah.
That was brought up. They were like, is this a, either mental or physical condition that you can't help it?
Yeah.
And the dad said no.
Yeah.
So we have to take that at face value.
Yeah.
Someone also asked, how old is your son?
Yeah.
What did you think?
19?
He was 22, which
Too old.
too old, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking this was like a 14-year-old
Yeah.
when I was reading it. And then, even then, it's not excusable.
Yeah.
But it's different than a 22-year-old.
That's egregious. That is disgusting.
I think.
I can't believe he still has a girlfriend.
That would be. Can you imagine if on our the first time I came out and met your parents,
When we went to Pannekuchen.
Pennington is a restaurant, if that word just made your head explode.
Yeah.
If I burped the entire time. I mean, I get it. I have burps here and there that Hannah can attest to this, erupt out of me. And they are involuntary.
Even then, though, I feel like if you were at dinner with my parents, you would keep your mouth closed and it would be a more silent burp.
Well, I have a way when I know a big one is on its way up.
Yeah.
I can do this thing where I just do it like this.
Oh my
I can
God.
just have to blow the air so
Yeah.
it doesn't make burp sound.
Yeah.
But it still is I cannot not burp.
And the kid in the story better be putting his hand up, burping into his, elbow. If he's just burping, if it's loud and not just air coming out, I have no words for that.
What do you think if he's just doing a little stifled burps?
I
the whole
still think
time?
if it's more than 2 times or 3 times during dinner, that's really weird.
And how is he eating?
Yeah.
What? How much air are
Is he
you
drinking
sucking?
soda?
It's like he's take a bite of food. Take a bite of food. You know?
Maybe he's drinking soda the whole time.
Maybe.
I would take away the soda.
So you think the dad is not the a-hole?
No.
For laughing that his son got in trouble?
No, that is, if nothing else works, that is the perfect experience. I hope that it teaches the son to not do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it will. If he's upset about it, it seems like I'm just confused.
It's confusing that the dad has also told him so many times.
Yeah.
I think we need to figure out if the son can help it. It feels to me like the son can't help it.
He did say in the post that
I know that
the thing is he can control himself when I remind him.
That sounds like something a parent says though, when
Yeah.
they don't actually know that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that it, like, if it's truly, like, the thing is, if it is a condition where he has to burp, he should have said to the girlfriend, I'm not going to meet your parents over a meal.
Yeah, I have
if you know that, like, he
disorder.
seems to think that that is not a problem.
Yeah.
And that is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, that is not a good way to meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time.
I do think the dad was a little insensitive. If the son was really upset, even if it was his own doing, laughing is not very nice.
I think that's what you would do as a parent.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I 100% think that's what you
I'm
do.
probably an a-hole, right? So that's okay.
Yeah.
But no, I think the dad is not an a-hole.
Yeah.
The son sounds like you might be an a-hole.
I know, what the heck? I really want a follow-up to this. Like, I'm confused about it.
I want video of how he eats.
Oh my God.
Between every bite of food, he sticks a helium balloon in his mouth, inhales deeply.
Man. The poor, like, it's just funny, the people who are the subjects of this.
I know.
I wonder if they know that the dad posted this.
So
And you
they
read
probably
it.
don't. That's why we don't give names or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's always anonymous.
From
but
now on,
still.
we'll be given name and location.
Yeah. Oh my God, I just hit my microphone.
Oh, jeez.
I was trying to scooch. Anyway, that was our episode.
That was our episode. I like our new studio here.
Oh, you do? With our empty bookcase behind us?
Well, it sounds very echoey in my ears, so
Yeah.
hopefully it sounds okay for all of you.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, review, all of that stuff. And it's a junkyard out there.
And at this junkyard, we think that disabled people are perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm holding on to that one.
Shane will not forget.
Goodbye.
And once again, thank you to the sponsor of this episode, Every Plate.